Hello friends, today we are going to discuss about programming. Our topic of discussion will be programming. Now the question arises, what is programming? Programming in general is a set of instructions given to the computer to perform a particular task. Now, having said that, if we get deep into this particular statement, it means you give a set of commands, a logical set of commands, arranged one after the other in such a way so that the computer understands and works accordingly to perform a particular task. Whatever job you give the computer to do, it is going to perform that. Now this is also used to describe a software. When it comes to a software is basically a program. Program once again is a set of instructions, so software is also a set of instructions. But when I talk about software is a very broad term. It may be a collection of programs or it may be a single program. Whatever may be the case or situation, it is basically a set of instructions which is given to the computer to perform a particular task. Now, the question arises, how do we write programs or how do we do the programs? Now, to create a program or to write a program, first of all, we need to use a text editor. The first thing what we need is a text editor. Text editor is a place where we basically write our program. It is a package, you can think, a software package rather, which is used to write our program. It is like a word processor. Word processor, all of you must have heard about Microsoft Word, where we can type certain documents, certain text. So text editor is basically a place or a package where we can type the set of instructions which I am going to talk about. Text editor more or less, it isn't that advanced like a word processor. More or less we will be able to type over there. For example, like Notepad or WordPad, where we can type a certain group of commands which will be used for the computer to understand and execute. So first of all, the text editor is the place where we write our program. The next step, after we write our program, the next step is to make the computer understand whatever command I have given over there. This entire process is called compilation. This is again done by a particular software package called a compiler, which is basically taking the text editor program, whatever you have typed inside the text editor, and then it compiles it to a language which is understood by the machine. In this case, the machine is the computer. So text editor is the place where we write the program. Compilation is the process by which you convert this program, whichever you have written out here, to a machine understandable language. And the third, the most important thing, is the execution. Execution is the program in action. Simple. So what is this program in action? It means that whatever instruction that we have given to the computer, it starts executing those instructions and work according to the instructions we have provided. It simply does that. So this entire process is called execution. So when I talk about programming, it is basically, broadly speaking, it consists of three components: text editor, the software package where we write the program; compilation is the process of converting the program, whichever you have written in the text editor, to a machine understandable language; and execution. Execution is the process where we make the computer do whatever it is supposed to do according to the instructions that we have given in the text editor. So this is the entire process of programming. Now, when I talk about giving instructions, I need to use a computer language. I need to use a computer language which will be responsible for writing the instruction. It cannot understand any kind of language. say English, Bengali, Hindi. It is not possible for the computer to understand any other language other than the computer language. Strictly speaking, it understands only machine language. That is one more aspect. Now, machine language, it is difficult for humans to understand because it consists of ones and zero. So it is difficult for humans to interact with the computer in the form of ones and zero. That is why computer languages are used. So computer languages like C++, Java, Python, these are some of the computer languages which may be used to write the instruction in the text editor. And of course, after we write the instruction in those languages, it needs to be compiled. Using the compiler, it needs to be compiled, and ultimately we need to execute. Now, the question arises, how do we write this? During the yesteryears, when we started learning programming, we used to use three different processes or three different packages for writing programs. One package for writing the program, another process for compilation, another process for execution. But life has become easier nowadays. All these three aspects of programming has been combined into a single state. We call it an IDE. An IDE stands for Integrated Development Environment. This particular package combines all these three aspects of programming. That is, it has a space where we'll be able to write our program just like a text editor, a process by which we'll be able to combine whatever instructions we have given to a machine understandable language, and then there is a method or a process by which we'll be able to execute the program to make the computer do the task which it is supposed to do. Now, currently, since we are going to learn Java, there are different type of IDE which is already available in the market. We have NetBeans, which is very famous. In fact, all professional development mostly uses NetBeans. And then we have Eclipse. And then we have BlueJ. BlueJ, out of this, BlueJ IDE is perhaps the easiest, one of the most easiest way of learning programming. Because in the rest of the cases, you need to have a complete knowledge about class and objects, which we are going to learn later on when we start with Java. BlueJ gives us a very easy interface for us to understand the concept of class and object. Let me not get deep into class and object. Currently, what is important is we are going to write programs using the BlueJ environment. BlueJ is an IDE. Getting back to whatever I have said, once again, programming is a set of instructions which we give to the computer to perform a particular task. Programming consists of three aspects: a text editor, where we write the program; compilation is the method of converting whatever program we have written over here to machine understandable language; and execution is the process by which the computer performs the task which it is supposed to do. Once it is converted to machine language, it understands what is to be done, so therefore it executes it. Next, when we write a program or an instruction, we require a computer language. It may be different type of languages over there. You can use any one language, one at a time. Currently, there is a software package called IDE, which is used to combine the three aspects of programming into a single package, so that life becomes easier for a programmer. Instead of using three different methods, only one method is being used, inside which every aspect of programming is kept. Different type of IDE is already present. We are going to use BlueJ because it is perhaps the easiest method of learning Java programming. Okay, I'm ready with my computer. We are going to learn how to use the BlueJ IDE, which I've been talking about so much. So here I have the BlueJ icon. I can just move it around. So you can see it has the face of a bird as an icon. So simply double click on the BlueJ shortcut initial splash screen and the BlueJ window, and just move it in the middle of the screen. So here we have the BlueJ IDE interface, very simple interface. They did not put too much of options out there in the interface because it was intended to make students understand programming first. The first menu option, which is the most important one, is the project menu. Project in BlueJ is concerned with folders. It is a technique which is used uniquely by BlueJ to force you to organize everything inside a folder. This will help in the organization of your files. So to start with any kind of programming, we'll start with the project menu. You can see the project menu. The first option out there is the new project. New project, internally inside the computer, it is going to create a new folder. Now you can see there are three options over there: name, location, path. We can just put a location. Location is the folder inside which you are going to create the folder. Let me go for E drive, say for example Java. Let this be the path. Select folder, this option out here. We can go over this. And then you can give a name for your project. The project name basically means the name of the folder. So first program. Let this be the name of the folder, first program. Click on the OK button and then you are ready with the interface. It shows you the name of the project where your programs will be written. First program is the name of the project. Now we'll go for the new class button. You can see a new class button. In Java, everything is written inside a class. For details of class, we'll do this thing slightly later. First of all, initially let us start writing the program. So to write a program, we'll click on the new class. So here, once you click on the new class button, you get this dialog box. You can see over here the dialog box has the heading as create new class, and you have to give the name of the class. Let's give the name of the class as my class. You can give any name, but try not to put a space or any special character, otherwise it will not be accepted. And click on the OK button. You can see this is the program which you have created. Strange, I am telling you which you have created, you are yet to create. But actually, BlueJ has the habit of creating a program every time you create, you click on the new class button. You can simply double click over here, or you can right click and click on open editor. Either way, the text editor which I had been talking about, it opens. Here you can type your program. You can see BlueJ already creates a program for you. It's a correct program, absolutely correct program, but basically does nothing. It's not what we require. So what we are going to do is, we are going to select the entire program and delete it. We can go for the Ctrl A option and press the delete key to remove it. Now we are going to begin our program. So to keep things simple, we'll write class followed by my class, the name of the class, followed by opening brace. These are the syntaxes. I'm just simply writing a program which will be used to display the name of our country, that is India. This is the complete program. You can see over there the name of the class given as my class. Then we have a function or method, static void main. Later on I am going to tell you the meaning of each one of this. And inside this, the real code, here you can see display it in white, system.out.println, and within parentheses I have written India. So Java has the habit of, whatever you write within quotes, it will print as it is. So this is to tell Java, display the word India as the output. That is when the program will be in action, when it will be executed. Now first what we require is, we use the text editor to write the program. Now the next step is to compile. Compile, I believe you remember, it is used to make the computer understand the instructions that you have written. Of course, you have to use a language. In this case, we are using the Java language. So let's click on the compile button. Once you click on the compile button, you can see it will display class compiled, no syntax error. You can see over here. In case there is an error, it will display an error. Say for example, the syntax states that everything should be having a semicolon within this method. Now let me remove this semicolon and click on the compile button. And there you see it shows you error found in class. You can see it got highlighted over here, indicating that there is no semicolon over here. So we'll just put a semicolon and once again compile. Okay, class compiled, no syntax error. This in BlueJ means your program has been converted to machine understandable language. So now it is ready to be executed. So now first what we are going to do is click onto the close button. Once you click onto the close button, you can see the my class icon once again over there without the strip. Without the strip, plain indicates that you have already converted it to machine understandable language. So now what we do is simply right click on this particular icon and click on void main. That was the name which you had given for the method. So now you see this is called the terminal window, and inside this terminal window, I'll just make it a bit smaller in size. And you can see the output out here, India. So that is what we had asked Java to do. In a nutshell, whatever you write within quotation, it is going to display that. Now we had used this statement called system.out.println. Let me elaborate a bit further regarding this. Now there are two statements which are almost similar to each other. We have system.out.println and then we have system.out.print. Now let me do something. Let me copy the same line out here. And once again let us compile. Close it. Now right click over here. Click onto the void main. And then you can see it displays the program when it is in action, when it is executed, it displays the word India twice. This is because there are two statements stating that you print the word India twice. However, you must be observing something, that system.out.println prints a text and brings the cursor to the next line. So when I once again give the command for printing the word India, it prints the word India in the next line. However, there may be situations where we may be using a separate system.out.print statement, but I want the text to be printed in the same line. For example, let's do something. Let me close this terminal window, get back to our program, and what we do is we write system.out.print. Now once we write that system.out.print, what will happen is it's going to print the word India on the first line, and then the cursor do not goes to the next line. So what happens is the next word India gets printed in the same line. After that the cursor goes to the next line, which doesn't make any difference. Let's compile this program. Every time you modify, you need to compile the program to make the changes happen. Click onto the close button, right click, click on void main. There, we got the two words India and India side by side. So all of you, I believe, got the difference between these two statements, system.out.print and system.out.println. system.out.println prints the text and brings the cursor to the next line. And in system.out.print, it prints the text but gives the cursor in the same line, so the next output gets printed on the same line. This is what happened over here. Let me close this. Now, at any point of time, you can also see the terminal window. Click on View, click on Show Terminal. It will show you the terminal window. One small note you can do is, you can click on this option if it is already not clicked. Clear screen at method call. Now, once you do this, what will happen is, every time you execute the program, it is going to clear this terminal window screen and then give you the fresh output. If this is not ticked, what will happen is, it will show you the previous output followed by the new output. So your screen will be cluttered and you won't be able to differentiate which is the present output. So what you do is, click on the options menu and make sure clear screen at method call option is ticked. You click over there, it gets ticked. Now remember, you don't need to, after you write a program, you compile it, you close it, you don't need to make any special effort for saving it. It already gets saved. Once you type it and click on the compile button, it gets saved. So you need not make an extra effort over there. So what we can do is, we can close this. We can even quit BlueJ this way. And now once again, I want to start. Next day, you can come and start BlueJ once again. The initial splash screen followed by the window coming up. I'll just center the window. You can maximize as well. Click on project, click on open project to work with your previously created project. So there you can see first program and click on select folder. That's it. It's showing you the class icon which you have already created last time. You can once again double click over here to start with a fresh to modify this program, or what you can do is, you can click on the new button, give the usual class name, of course it should be different from that, and click on the OK button to start with a fresh program, a new program.